My name is Luciana Pierangeli. I'm a wellness coach. I focus on transformational, holistic health. And I say it like that because I like to see transformation, and actually I do see transformations sometimes, many times on the spot, which is amazing. And for me, it's a privilege. And I always speak about the 4 pillars, the physical, the spiritual, the mental, and the emotional. And I say it in this way because it's PSME, like PS me, remember me. What do I need to do to be whole, to basically, embrace my entire being? So that's mainly what I focus on and what I do. Let's start with the basics. This is a talk about emotions. So as I said, the aim of this talk is to provide a perspective, provide awareness, or let's say a perspective of what emotions are, and then get awareness. But this awareness, yes, is about emotions in general, but mainly about your own emotions, that you become aware of your own emotions. So you can use this as a tool. And with these emotions that you will discover about yourself, you're going to write it down, and this is going to become your personal manifesto. And then you can use this to work with them, because emotions, ideally, we want to work with them. Emotions exist. We are going to discuss this now. So that's the aim of the workshop today. So emotions, from emotere, which from the Latin root, which means literally energy in motion. So emotions are nothing else but energy in motion. Okay, and having said that, is energy in motions is neutral. This is very important that we understand this foundation for this talk, because everything is going to be rooted from here. So if we see emotions as neutral, they are waves of energy in motion. What do we do with that? Let me first go to an example. Let's look at it graphically. Let's put this situation. Let's think about this situation. End of high school, going overseas to university. That's it. That's all we know. End of high school, going to university overseas. That's a situation. It's neutral, right? There's no emotion. There's no meaning, no feeling there. Let's take Jade. Jade realizes, yes, end of matric, end of high school, I'm going to go overseas. I'm going to meet new people, a new place, new language. I'm going to have my own room, my own rules. Okay, so Jade, with that situation, acted or reacted or thought about it in this way. So we could say what emotions we can say: content, happy, excited, grateful, joyful. So we have joyful Jade. All right, that's one possibility. Let's take Sally. Sally also finishes high school, needs to go to university overseas. Now Sally goes, oh, new place. What I'm gonna do? I don't know anyone. I'm gonna miss my family, my friends, my room. What happened here? The situation is exactly the same. What emotions can we attribute to Sally? Maybe fear. She sounded a little bit down, so maybe sadness. Sad that she's gonna leave something that she knows behind. So in this simple example, we had a situation with 3 points: end of high school, going to university overseas. That's all we had. And we had 2 very different scenarios. So why does this matter? If we are saying that emotions are energy in motion, and it's neutral, like the situation was neutral. Now, when we gave meaning, Jade gave one meaning to this situation, while Sally gave a very different meaning to the same situation. Therefore, when we give meaning to a situation, we start labeling an emotion, which we normally call feelings, right? So Jade had the feelings of joy, of happiness, gratefulness. while Sally created a meaning which label a feeling towards sadness, maybe even some anxiety, fear. And this is key. This is a key thing that I would like us to take home. This is a take home message for today. Emotions are neutral. They only become a feeling. Let's call it feeling, just to give it, or an emotion, whether it's positive or negative, because that's how we describe them. Only when we give it meaning. And this is great because it gives us power. Because if an emotion is derived from a meaning of a situation, what if we change the meaning? Let's think about that. Because that gives us the power of choice of how do we give things meaning? With a thought. Our brains, we use our brains to create meaning. I think this sentence, this little concept gives us so much freedom, so much choice, so much opportunity, so many possibilities, like literally infinite possibilities. So basically, when we give meaning to a situation, we label and we create a feeling, and it's either expanded or contracted. Okay, we have this person called David Hawkins, a researcher who created this human emotion frequency scale that goes from very low to like 700 plus. And basically he says 250 hertz, that's the frequency, is a wave, that's neutral. And anything below that is contracted. And anything above that is expansive. Like expansive would be like J, like understanding, acceptance, joyful, love, gratefulness, enlightenment. And then we have the contracted emotions, which are sadness, grief, sorrow. These are all like sadness, fear, anxiety, anger, worry. So basically these emotions, or this energy, let's talk about energy. Energy goes around our body in the form of waves. This is the life force that we have inside, and goes all around our body, and is moving, constantly moving. So we want the ease of flow of that energy to be towards balance and health. Remember, I said, like, I look into the healthy, holistic, healthy environment. So ideally we want this energy to flow like a river. We can see this energy as water, river flowing. A river is a river only if it flows. If it's stagnant, it can be a pool, can be a lake. If it's falling, it's a waterfall. And we want the flow of the river to be abundant. If it overflows, then we don't have a river anymore either. So that's where the balance comes in. So just to take the take-home message from this start, emotions are neutral. Once we give them meaning, we label them. They're either positive or negative, or expanded or contracted. That's what we are taking home. Okay. All right. So I love Chinese medicine, and I want to bring this traditional Chinese medicine because they consider 5 main emotions, which are sadness, fear, worry, anxiety, and anger. These are the 5 main emotions. And there's also a theory called the 5-element theory. And the 5-element theory connects or links emotions with a pair of organs and one of the 5 main elements where it's considered that the world is made of. And these are metal, earth, water, fire, and wood. All right. So the reason why I'm bringing it is to connect emotions, which is energy in motion, into linked it to body parts. And I think that, yeah, normally we, or a lot of us, I had the hangouts. No, but I'm going to share some things later. We'll make a plan. They're not really hangouts, but you're going to create, someone that just joined, you're going to create your own personal manifesto. And that's the best hangout that you can take, because that's personalized. So you'll like it, you'll enjoy it. So just make this. All right. So basically, I had to change all the computers today. Yes, I will write all this now. I have a few devices, so at the end of the talk, I will answer all your questions and I will write it down. All right. Thanks. All right. So we're speaking about traditional Chinese medicine. All right. That they link the 5 main emotions into a pair of organs, basically, and also tissue. And this allows us to connect the, I call it this ease. We are talking about the ease of flow. That's a healthy body, balanced body. But when the energy gets stuck and there is no ease of flow, and there's this ease, then we get sick and the illness comes in. So, and in this 3D world, we connect, yes, like yin and yang, exactly. We connect better by using our senses. You know, whatever we can see, we can feel, we feel pain, but we can see a bruise, or we can see an eczema, or we have sinusitis. So this is the reason why I'm connecting the emotions to a physical realm, to make it easier. Some people, it's better for them to come from this side. So, all right. Today we're going to discover sadness. Sadness or grief falls into the metal element. The metal element, and is paired with the lung, and is paired with the large intestine. What does this mean? This means that anything where the energy is restricted, or is not flowing with ease, is going to be clogged. And if we clog our large intestines, what could happen? Normally constipation. And this is something that when we experience constipation on a daily basis, or very often, it could be a possibility. That's why we say we are now here opening up our perceptions, a possibility that maybe there's some sadness there that is still stuck and we haven't dealt with it. Maybe we try other things. So now we could try looking into the emotions that it's linked with that organ, which is linked to certain ailments or diseases. So that's one of the options. We said lungs. So, for example, anything in the upper respiratory, asthma, bronchitis, any cold flu. Do we get the cold flu every 2 months or every winter? Or do we have asthma? Do we experience asthma? Or sinusitis? Do we have allergies? All these things are linked to sadness. How powerful is that? It's like coming from a total different point of view, especially if it's recurrent. If it's the allergies are not going away, what's happening? I'm trying everything or a lot of things. Well, another option maybe. What about looking at the emotions? What else? Also the skin. The skin is as a tissue, it's linked to sadness. So any psoriasis or any eczema, any skin condition, dryness of the skin as well. So these are all tips to have in mind, so we can make that connection. So now we have emotions. We have emotions. Actually, I'm going to show this. These we'll be discovering through the 5 days. Here are the emotions, okay? And we say we can change the emotion. Emotions are neutral, and only when we give meaning, we label them, and they are either expanded or contracted. How do we label them? With our thoughts, we said, right? So we have thoughts and we have emotion. All right, we'll see what the other things are later. So just remember that. And so we can come from this side to work with emotions and see what's happening in our lives, or this will be the result. This will be the constipation, the asthma, the sinusitis, the allergies, because this will be the result of our thoughts and our emotions. I'm already giving you clues about this. All right. Okay. So let me tell you what I would like us to do. I'm also going to do it with you the whole week. Let's start with our manifesto, our personal manifesto. So take your pen, paper. Ideally, if it's a journal, even better. Otherwise, just pen and paper, or if you just use your device and make notes. The idea is to explore the emotions. Remember, the first objective of this, the aim, is awareness. So we want to know which are the emotions that are more prevalent at this point in time in our lives. So I would like us to ask 2 questions every day, every single day, the next 5 days. The first question: how did I start my day? Let's say, for example, today I woke up, I jumped out of the bed, I started dancing and humming and singing, and I just walked to the bathroom. I did my tongue scraping to support my liver, because I know my liver works very hard and detox during the night, so I just clean my tongue. And then I use my left hand to brush my teeth. That's it. This is what I did in the first 30 seconds of the day. That's all you need to think of. I love it. Yeah, with a big smile. Excellent. Keep on doing it. So let's say this is the situation what I just described. If that's your start of the day, what emotions are involved there? With affirmations, right? I'm so grateful to be alive. Amazing. Yes. Keep on coming those affirmations. So if you, okay, grateful, maybe you can say there you have the emotion of being grateful, big smile. You start your day with a big smile. What is that emotion? According to you, remember that we give the meanings to the situation. What is a big smile for you? Happiness, love, also gratefulness, joy. And I would like us to write those things. In this case, joy, gratefulness, what else we say, love. For example, in the situation that example that I gave, what about excitement? Yeah, definitely joy. Grateful that I'm happy that I have a roof. Maybe I start thinking about those things. So we want to write this emotion, and we just keep them there. For now, that's it. That's all we want to do, because the aim is to create awareness. We don't really want to do anything in particular right now, because we want to have awareness of our emotions. And if we want real transformation, we need to bring the emotions so we can work with them, not against them, not ignore them, work with them. We know they're there. Thank you. We work together. This is what we are creating this personal manifesto. So if it's easy for you, I like that some people already are doing it. Amazing. Keep on doing it. See if you can find other emotions, because we want to grow. We want to expand. I'm assuming you are here. We want to grow. So you can ask yourself, how did my day start? That's the first question. And then a second question, how did my day end? Let me just go back to the first one. Let me give you another example, because these were all really great, positive. And because we want health, we also want to focus, or not focus, but bring it into awareness, the emotions that are not really great, that are stuck, energy that is stuck. So let's say I woke up, I opened my eyes. First, the alarm went on, off. Okay, I really had to wake up. Okay. Oh, I got lower back pain. All right, let me roll out of it. All right, okay. Okay, let me just switch on the kettle so I can prepare the coffee. Okay, let me just go now to the bathroom and do what I need to do. That's all you need to think of for now. Your first few seconds of your morning. 2 minutes. So in this situation, what will you write as an emotion? Pain. We can just write pain as well. We can be more specific. Pain, lower back pain. Okay, if you have pain, how do you feel? Because we're talking about emotion. Well, it frustrates me. I'm waking up with this pain frustrates me. It also affects my confidence, because now I don't want to walk with confidence. I cannot, with confidence, pick up what just fell on the floor because my lower back aches. So you see how things start affecting. You could as well use it as an opportunity. If you have lower back pain, you could also actually find out what does it mean, what is related to, and then you can work with it. And that will be the positive part of an apparent contracted emotional or contracted situation. So, but the point here is to create awareness. How do we feel? How do we label our emotions? How do we label our situations? Because personally, sometimes I do wake up with lower back pain, and for me, it's like, all right, something, my body is telling me that something is not right. The flow is not going the way it's supposed to be, so there's pain. It's a signal. Pain is a signal. So it gives me the possibility to do something about it. So you can also take it in a positive way. Again, this is the meaning. Remember, emotions, meaning, thoughts. So we give the meaning to the situation, and we create the feeling and emotion. So this is what we're going to do every day. We're going to ask, how did my day start? And we're going to ask minimum these 2 questions. How did my day end? How did it end? Came back home. I was tired. I just lay down on the couch and just put Netflix, and I did that, and then I fell asleep. Then you wake up, you can write in your journal or do it the next day. So how does that make you feel, that situation? Does it make you feel productive? Does it make you feel that you're resting? Does it make you feel that, I don't know, you can choose. This is the point. No? So this is what I want us to do, and give a chance to our emotions to come to the surface so we can work all together. Okay? My emotions and myself, we can work together. You can also ask other questions like, how was my lunchtime? If you want to bring up more, how was my lunchtime? Like what lunchtime? Didn't have lunch. It's already 5 o'clock. Okay, you didn't have lunch. How does this make you feel? Well, now I get back home, I'm hungry. I get angry because the food is not ready. Anger. There's another emotion. So this is what we want to do. This is how we want to create our personal manifesto. And all we want is awareness. And because we are speaking about sadness today, we can ask ourselves, have I ever experienced sadness? What is sadness? Sadness it's the feeling of grief, sorrow, all sorrow. When do you experience sadness? When there's a loss of something, even a plant, a pet, a person, or a project. They're all pieces. So a loss of any of these can give us sadness or grief or sorrow. So we can think about it. Okay, have I ever lost someone, or have I ever had to leave someone or something behind? Maybe because I emigrated and I'm sad that I'm not with these people, or in this community, or speaking my home language, or a project. Maybe I've been working for 5 years in a project with a group of people. We created this amazing thing, and then now it's the end. It's the end of the project. I'm sad. I'm going to miss the people. So all these things you can, if you feel like, just because we're working with sadness, see if it's manifested or in your life, or when it manifested. And from the other point of view, remember, we have emotions, we have thoughts, and here we have like all the allergies, the the asthma, the constipation. So if we experience any of these things, it would be worth it just to ask ourselves, have I experienced sadness in my life? And if so, when? And in the beginning, you might say, no, I haven't. I'm not sad, I'm fine. But if we give it 2-3 minutes, just focus and really go deep inside, use your memory to go back and use the opportunity to bring them up, the awareness of the emotion. So yeah, let me give you another example, because this energy, we want flow. We were speaking about rivers and energy flowing and moving, and that's what we want. A river needs to flow, and we have rivers, we have veins, we have the blood going around our body, oxygenating our body. Now we're speaking about the lungs. We breathe in air, and the air becomes this energy, also this prana, this chi, this ki, this our life force that goes all around our body, refreshing everything, working very hard for us. So we want this to be as balanced as possible and flowing as much as possible. So let's work on our emotions, on this, our personal manifesto, and we're gonna add every day all the emotions that come up for you. So everyone will have their own personalized one, and at the end of the 5 days, we'll have we'll do a little visualization, very short, to find out where we want to be in terms of emotions. So now you'll have all emotions that some of them you will want to keep them, because if you start with a smile and it gives you love and joy, you want to keep them. I'm assuming if what you're doing is aligned with what you want, then you keep it. You're fine. It's a confirmation that you are in the right track according to where you want to go. But now, if you have pain and you're sad and you want to change that, and you say, no, I don't want to be sad, I want to be in pain. All right, I want to be excited about life, I want to be agile, I want to have easy movement of my joints and my lower back. So then there will be a gap in between these two states. And at the end of the day, you will have this awareness of where you are at the moment and where you're going to be. So I believe that journaling is an amazing tool. And then, of course, in between how to go from one to the other one, there are many tools. We can speak a little bit about a few of them. I'm sure you're already doing some of them already. But yeah, that's basically it. And I wanted to give you an example about sadness. Let's take Tom. Tom, was 5 years old, and he was in kindergarten. And when he turned 5, the parents took him out of kindergarten to go to primary school and continue the life. But he in kindergarten had this teacher called Mary, who gave him nurturing, love, and he felt safe. Look, I'm saying big things here: love, safety, and nurturing. So suddenly, Tom gets taken away from this environment, and he feels maybe sad, even maybe fear or anxious. But you're with your parents, you go with it. But there is sadness, and now Tom is 40 years old. That's 35 years. If he didn't balance that perspective of that situation when he had to leave, he would have carried that contracted emotion for 35 years. And this is actually these blockages of these waves, these energies. When we carry this energy in motion, that is why we're talking about the emotions. They're contracted and we carry them for a day. If we release them, then we allow for flow. But if we don't, a day, a week, a month, a year, decades. So then is when these issues manifest in the physical body. That's why we're talking about the physical body as well. In this case, sadness manifests in the skin, in the lungs, any upper respiratory condition, and the large intestine. So these are the things that we want to look at and find out, where have we experience any of these situations in our life. You can take milestones in your life to make it maybe easier for you to connect with it, to connect with the emotion that is hidden there, that is blocked, the energy that is blocked, that wants to go out, but maybe we don't know how. So you can take milestones. What are your most important events in your life? Maybe when you emigrated, maybe when you finish high school, maybe when someone passed away, maybe when you finish a project, maybe when a pet got sick, maybe it didn't even pass away, but it was a very stressful situation, it made you sad because your pet was not feeling okay. You know, it's very personal. This is really personal. So that's really what we have for today. So I would like you to please take these whole messages, and this is really what it is. Emotions are neutral. Only when we give meaning by our thoughts, we label them and we get feelings. They are either expanded or contracted. Ideally, the expanded ones, we want them, right? We want to keep them. The contracted ones, we want to allow flow. But just, I'm going to mention this today already. Contracted emotions can be beneficial too. Anger might save your life. Anger is a contracted emotion as well, contracted emotion. Fear, if we are about to be eaten by a lion or a tiger or something, fear kicks in, which is energy in motion. All your blood goes to your extremities to either fight or flight. Your psoas muscle contract literally, so you have the energy to run or fight, or you can freeze as well, but your body reacts. So in this case, in this situation, this emotion came up to help you, and that's okay. See, a contracted emotion is also okay. However, are we going to keep like this contracted, our psoas muscle and our shoulders contracted for how long? This is the key, and this is what we want to open and expand and allow flow. So thank you, and I hope you're inspired and that you want to do your journal, and that you will join us again tomorrow for our second talk. Tomorrow we're going to speak about worry, which is the earth element, it's grounded. So thank you for taking the time for yourself, for being here, because this is for you. This is for your own awareness. Yeah, thank you.